Hey, I'm Mark Foster from Foster the People, and you're watching NME.com. I've been nervous about the sophomore slump since before our first record came out, just because I'd watched so many great bands put out a second record that wasn't that great. Coldplay put out a great second record. Trying to think of, The Clash put out a great second record. Blur put out a great second record. There's a lot of bands that have done it, But I think that it is one of those moments. I feel like a second record's defining for a band because that's when your fans can decide whether they trust you or not. I feel like, you make a good first record. The Strokes put out a great second record. I feel like if you put out like a good first record, if people embrace it or whatever, that there's still that question in their mind of like, was this a fluke or can they do it again? And I think that if you can do it again, then I think that at least for fans, they're going to trust that then you're going to put out a good third record, a good fourth record, a good fifth record, that it wasn't a fluke, that you actually know how to write songs consistently. Beck put out a good second record. But in terms of like taking a step in a new direction, I had to do it to stay alive as an artist. I couldn't let I guess the expectations or the voices of our fans or the voices of our critics really dictate what we were going to do next, because that means that I might as well just hang up my artist cap and just stop, because at that point it's not coming from an authentic place. For the first year and a half, the success of our band as everything was kind of ascending, though everything felt like a surprise. Every moment, like when we got asked to play on SNL, it felt like a surprise. All the festivals, from like Coachella to Glastonbury to playing with the Beach Boys on the Grammys, it was all kind of a surprise. We never had a chance to like really sit back and relax and kind of necessarily enjoy where we were, because once we started to get comfortable with playing in front of 400 people, then we were playing in front of 800 people, and then the whole game would change again. And so I think the whole thing was a lot of information coming at us, and I think obviously it was all exciting at the time, but it was also like hard to really get perspective on what was actually happening, and I didn't really have time to think about it. I didn't have time to feel it. I just had to put my head down and try to survive it, and that's what it felt like. Knew the second record was going to be different. I guess I'm glad that there are a few songs on this record that are good bridges from the last record, I think, to where the people that love what Foster the People did on the first record are gonna be able to like easily, I think, kind of come with us as we continue to evolve. So I do think that's important. We didn't just like abandon who we are.